We are at a point in history where the dominant religions of the past will be displaced by religions whose values are in greater accordance with society's values today. This is why many people have sought out new religions and have turned to Wicca and New Age philosophies or to alternative religious cults such as Heaven's Gate and the Solar Temple. While cults devoted to New Age mysticism or white light magic and spirituality have had some success among those seeking for anything spiritual, due principally to Christianity's impoverishment of the ego and starvation of the intellect, they are ultimately no more relevant to today's society than the religions of the past. The world is searching for a religion which embraces the scientific knowledge of today, recognizes the psychological nature of man, and perceives the potential of man to achieve far more than he has already, while holding to ethical beliefs and values held by society today, and possessing a willingness to change those values and beliefs in accordance with future changes in society. Despite some individuals who see in Satanism nothing more than anti-Christianity, a depraved religion of blasphemies or an expression for antisocial desires and impulses, the emphasis of Satanism on the ego and the intellect and its recognition of man's ultimate potential have made it the one religion relevant in today's society. But to return to the question at hand, what is the true nature of God? If, by God, one is referring not to a specific deity man has devised but to a controlling force or intellect within the universe, then it is clear to me that God, like the universe and everything within the universe, is in a continuous state of change and evolution. What I am suggesting is that God, like matter, energy, or consciousness, is dynamic, not static. Descartes said, "I think therefore I am," but is this really true? In that which I perceive, as my mind, there is a continuous stream of thoughts which flows through me like a river. But am I my thoughts, or am I the thing in which my thoughts manifest? Is the river the water which fills the river, or is the river the rock and dirt over which the water flows? Or is river simply a name I have given to that which I perceive from the visual image of water moving over rock and dirt? And yet, a river from one moment to the next is not the same river, for the water in the river is not composed of the same water particles, and a man is not the same from one moment to the next, since his thoughts and impressions change with each passing moment. If a man thinks for a moment that he has achieved enlightenment and understanding, the pool of thought he calls consciousness stagnates and, as a cesspool, breeds worms and stenches like a swamp. The science of today is the superstition of tomorrow, and the genius of today the know-nothing of tomorrow. For, as the universe evolves towards ever greater levels of consciousness, the very concept of truth, enlightenment, or wisdom changes with it. I am not, but am becoming. The universe is not, but is becoming. And if I, who possess consciousness, am becoming, then the consciousness which guides and or controls the universe, from which my consciousness has its source, must also be becoming. The dialectic method of thesis/antithesis and synthesis is the process by which the universal dynamic evolves. I am not my flesh or my blood. I am not my brain or my body. In realizing that the I am of my being is pure consciousness, I realize that I am God, I am the universe made manifest. And that which I call Lucifer, the embodiment of wisdom and enlightenment, is also changing, is also becoming. It is within me, it flows through me, it is what the I am of my being is. I am Lucifer. I am Satan. There is one thing common to all gods man has created. Every man-made god is static and unchanging. Yahweh resides in heaven, unchanging, and bending, the creator of the universe and all that it contains. Christ sits at the right hand of God ready to judge the living and the dead. Zeus resides in Mount Olympus holding aloft the lightning bolt, his symbol of divine power. The values of society and the structure of its institutions are defined as good. That which threatens society is defined as evil. The definitions of good or evil change from nation to nation and from century to century. God is defined by that which is static and unchanging. That which is dynamic, a potential threat to the status quo such as war, revolution, political unrest, or social upheaval, is represented by the devil. But, if the universe is dynamic not static and consciousness is not but is becoming, then the devil, Satan, more accurately reflects the true nature of God than Christ, Yahweh, or any other image of God which man has defined. The Sumerians believed the dragon of chaos, Tiamat, to be the mother of the gods. The gods brought order to chaos, but they were themselves the children of chaos and subject to its laws and conditions. The devil was not originally a rebel against the order of creation, but the beginning and the end, the source of all creation. The dragon sleeps, we are told in the texts of old, but shall awaken. In the alchemical treatise, the Kybalion, it is said that the all is mind and the universe is mental. The modern physicist, in accordance with this principle of alchemy that matter and energy are mental phenomena and that everything vibrates, has stated that the electrons and protons within the atom are composed of waves with various charges and rates of vibration. The universe is not, but is becoming. God is not, but is becoming.